Well, the BC General Employees Union, or the BCGEU, has been on strike since the 2nd of September. And this week, they announced they would be expanding their picket lines to more government liquor stores and distribution centres. Now, this could have an impact on alcohol supplies at restaurants and venues. And to talk more about this, we're joined by two guests this morning. James Iranzad is a partner with Gooseneck Hospitality. That includes Bells and Whistles, Buffalo, and Lucky Taco. And he's with us in studio. James, good morning to you.
Good morning, Stephen.
Thanks for being here. And Corinne Lea is the founder and CEO of the Rio Theatre, where they sell beer along with movies. Good morning to you, Corinne.
Good morning.
James, so far, what impact have you felt with the latest strike action? Have you felt an impact so far?
We've started to feel it definitely this week, more so than before. But yeah, it's obviously inconvenient. It's challenging to get the products that we need to generate our normal revenue. And if it continues, and it doesn't seem like there's an end in sight right now, it's going to continue to have an impact on the small businesses that operate hospitality in the province and all of the hundreds of thousands of people that work in those restaurants.
When the strike started, did you anticipate that they would target liquor stores eventually and act accordingly?
Yes.
So you stocked up, basically.
We stocked up a little bit, but
Yeah.
I think the disproportionate impact on small business is that we don't have the cash flow or the storage space to be able to get through more than, say, a week or two.
Exactly.
And so rather than going week to week, maybe we get an extra week of buffer. But, if this goes on for a month or longer, then it's going to hurt.
Yeah. And Korean alcohol sales make up a pretty good part of your revenue at the Rio Theatre. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. And because of the nature of my business, we've got so many different people coming and going all the time. People attending, a film festival versus Rocky Horror Picture Show or something like that are going to be different things. So it's hard. It is really hard because we've got limited storage for me to stock up for, like he said, for more than a week normally. But I've been driving around, like I see all the other licensees at the liquor store because they started putting a limit where you could only buy 3 units, which is crazy.
So what do you mean 3 units? What does that mean?
So of each product. So if I want to get a flat, which is 24 lone trees, I'm only allowed to buy 3 6-packs, not 4. And so everybody's doing this crazy thing of trying to meet the quota of 3, and it's clearly not enough. So then you're driving around going to another liquor store and getting another 3, of everything. And it's very, it's very time consuming.
So this is as a licensee, that limit.
Yes. Yeah. And that was before they closed the stores. So first they limited us to 3 and we're driving around everywhere. And then, so you're literally going to the liquor store several times a day, every day.
Right.
And then I showed up yesterday and my liquor store, it was closed. And then you had to do the hunt to find, it's almost like some kind of a game where it's like, okay, try to find the open liquor store.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're talking about something like Lone Tree, Corinne, it's, that's a local product, is it not?
Well, that's the thing is like, that will be my next step is that, I've stocked up on everything I can from, tequila to, whatever products we normally have on our menu. And the next step will be going direct to like whatever suppliers are available.
And can you do
everything.
Can you do that without going through the LDB?
Yes, there are some supply like the local craft breweries, for example. We can for sure. So everybody can drink craft beer. But storage is a real issue. Like my storage room right now is packed to the rafters. I was actually thinking about having to store it in my living room.
Oh my gosh. So, James, tell me how you've been affected by this. What have you had to do here?
Well, similar to what Corinne's talking about, there's a lot of driving around by the team, picking up products that we normally would just go and have an order ready for us. So it's incredibly inconvenient. And and it's probably only going to get worse. It's too easy to game the system that has been set up with regards to these limits, but it just takes a tremendous amount of time and inconvenience.
Well, that's what it sounds like. And is it the same as Corinne? If you, for instance, are dealing with a craft brewery, you can buy directly from them.
You can, but
Right.
that's pretty much it. A lot of the other local spirits and wines and whatnot would still go through the LDB, and so there's no way around that, and that's still going to be affected until the shelves are empty and the restaurants are empty.
And how long can you keep going with what with what you have and what you're able to get right now?
I think that kind of remains to be seen based on what kind of job action we see at the various stores, and that's been really kind of inconsistent.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to say. There's not a lot of communication, which is unfortunate because the union seems to be asking for the support of the hospitality industry, but unfortunately, I think the glaring irony is that the hundreds of thousands of hospitality workers in our industry are the ones that are going to be most impacted.
Right. And Corinne, we don't know how long the strike is going to last. How have you been navigating this, and how will you continue to try to navigate it?
Well, that's the most stressful thing, is because we have no idea what we're planning for, and it's very distracting. Like, it's, any small business, you always have a million other things that you need to be focusing on and putting your time on. And so trying to predict something like this, and like he was saying, cash flow is an issue too.
Mhm.
Like, I'm sinking a lot of money into turning my venue into a liquor storage. So yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that our industry can handle this more than a few weeks. Like, it'll be, panic after a couple of weeks.
And James, for you, how?
I think that's reasonable. A few weeks maybe, but it's still it's such a good point that Corinne's making about like the stress that it puts on the system. Because we're still in recovery mode. It's been an incredibly difficult few years for our entire industry. We've got a bit of a quiet recession happening right now that anybody who works in my industry would tell you exists, and again, that's the kind of unintended consequence, I think, of this action right now that we're seeing, that it's putting us at risk of changing the public's habits and driving them to, larger kind of corporations and away from small business.
It's really good to hear both of you this morning, and wish you the best of luck. James, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks, Steve.
I do. Corinne, thank you, and good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. James Iranzad is a partner with Gooseneck Hospitality. That includes Bells and Whistles, Buffalo, and Lucky Taco. And Corinne Lea is the founder and CEO of the Rio Theatre. Both of them stocking up what they can, depending on how long this strike goes on.